Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We made it. Only 20 minutes late. Only 20 minutes late, which for the woman that I was raised by is really 40 minutes early. And if my children are watching, and I know they are because they were in the chat offering tech advice, they know being late stresses me out, and yet I am perpetually late. But this time I was ready. Let's blame technology. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I decided to do the show on Valentine's Day because this is a day where we put too much pressure on ourselves. We put too much pressure on ourselves and on our relationships, and we do that in honor of the patron saint of lovers, the patron saint of beekeepers, and the patron saint of epileptics, Saint Valentine's Day. Really spread it out, okay? Saint Valentine was like, look, I've got it covered. If you're seizing up, if you're beezing up, or if you're sleazing up, I got you covered. I just made that up. Okay. That just came out of my head. Who knows? We put a lot of energy and a whole holiday into our romantic relationships, even though statistically speaking, relationships end. I was in the chat earlier. I know that we've got plenty of members of the Hot Young Widows Club here. We all know people die. Okay. Ask a widow, right? We got widows in the chat. We know that. We know that. I don't know, boyfriends break up with you, wives file for divorce. No, I'm not dropping any hints to my current husband, but things happen. Things happen. And I know that some of you are freshly widowed. And if that is you, please raise your hand. Somebody said that they were going to be here and their husband had died like 2 days ago. If you made it, good job. Some of you are nursing broken hearts. Some of you are with the person you love watching this, which is a strange and beautiful choice for this evening. And I love it. And if you are single for literally any reason at all, congratulations. Congratulations. I am so happy for you because guess what? You will never divorce yourself. You'll never dump yourself. You'll never forget to text yourself back. You will die, but you'll die with you. So you won't end up leaving yourself behind. The point is loving yourself, learning how to like yourself. That is truly the best kind of love. And if you do want love, if you are out there looking, even just casually on the apps, I promise you, you are worth it. If love has hurt you before, I promise that is not proof that you are unlovable, but proof that you are capable of love. Enough of the pep talks. Enough of the pep talks. If you are watching this on YouTube, cool. I love YouTube. I love watching YouTube. Slightly scared to be on it. If you want me to see the comments, and if you want to shop the merch that we have, yes, we made merch. We make live shows. We got to make money somehow. Go to ttfalive.com. Then I can actually see your comments. You can just like pull it up on your computer, then beam it to your TV. Technology is amazing. However, I don't know how to use it, which was why we were having some problems. We were having some problems earlier, and those are an issue. Also, I think that the internet is just like a little bit choppy. Also, Carly, it's the greatest comment. Thought it was TTF alive. Terrible thanks for alive, not TTFA live. That's amazing. Thank you. I love that. TTFalive.com. And then I will be able to see your comments. We've got D, who's an MS widow. Oh my goodness. Ashley's husband took the kid watching card so she could watch this show. I love that. I love that. So let's just set our expectations for tonight. One, the feed is going to be a little bit choppy. Absolutely. That makes me want to tear my hair out and also disappear from the earth and never do this again. That's okay. However, I have talked before, at least once or twice, about how much I love matchmaking, not because I'm good at it. If you listen to Forever Alone 1 or 2 or the update with Chelsea that we put out a few weeks ago, you know that I actually have a terrible, terrible track record, but I still love it because I love love. I love meddling. And Abby, who is a listener of Terrible Thanks for Asking, put her trust in me to find her a date. And that's what we're going to do tonight. Here's Abby.
Hi Nora, Abby here. I find myself using dating apps for the first time at nearly 30 during a pandemic. Help. I'm freshly divorced after a 10-year-long relationship, married for nearly 7. It ended amicably after lots of therapy. I'm truly not in any rush. I'm enjoying singleness, but I know I need to test the dating waters or I'm going to get too comfy. At first, Bumble seemed fun. Swiping right and getting the "it's a match" notification is a real dopamine hit. My first few conversations started okay and then fizzled out fast. Keeping a conversation rolling is challenging at best, and the amount of Minnesota men that think frisbee golf, fitness, or sports is a personality trait is baffling. I empathized with my single friends' dating experiences for the last 8 years or so since the drop of Tinder and said that I was so happy I never had to deal with dating apps. Well, here I am, friends. Should have bit my tongue. A little bit about me. I recently moved back home to Minneapolis after spending the last 4 years in Seattle. I'm starting a new career in the mental health field, and I'm very excited. My ideal Friday night, barring a pandemic, is a cozy dinner at home with my partner or happy hour out with friends. My go-to TV show is New Girl when I need a laugh, and This Is Us when I need a good cry. I love a ridiculous comedy. Wine Country is a recent favorite. 2 songs that will always make me smile are I Wish I Was by the Avett Brothers and Adore You by Harry Styles. If I had $1,000 right now, I would rent a cabin in the woods for the weekend. Bonus points for a hot tub and a fire pit. My own personal terrible is that my dad died in a car accident the week before I entered high school, so TTFA has been an amazing community to be a part of. Nora, you managed to hit the partner jackpot twice. Tell us your secrets, or just start a matchmaking service. We trust your judgment.
So, Abby trusts my judgment, which is questionable at best. I have hit the jackpot twice, and here's what is so important to tell every single person out there. It was pure luck. It was absolute luck. It was the right person at the right time. My current husband I met because my best widow friend, Mo, just happened to know him. And just honestly, she just lined up all of her single friends for me and was like, take your pick. And I was like, I guess this one? I mean, it's the most annoying thing coupled people say, but it's like truly like there is no secret to it. But don't tell Abby, because waiting in the wings of the internet is Abby's next date. And if you want to date Abby, and unfortunately Abby is only interested in straight men, no accounting for taste, I need you in the chat making a case for yourself. Abby does live in Minneapolis, but like, what's the harm in a long distance, romance nowadays, especially because everything's long distance? There's a pandemic. So part of the magic of live shows is that we struggle with technology. The other part of the magic of live shows is that we do them for free and then we make exciting new merchandise that you can only get while you are at the show. Things like this sweatshirt I'm wearing, which I don't know if you can read it. Can you? It says "Kiss Me, I'm Emotionally Unstable." It was made just for me by our merch queen, Gigi. Gigi makes all of the merch for Still Kickin', for Terrible. Thanks for asking. She makes all of my unhinged dreams come true. She hand designed this sweatshirt. She hand designed and hand poured these candles. They say feelings. She put a little glitter in them too, just for specials, and they smell amazing. So if you have not yet, and if you're watching on YouTube, you have to go to ttfalive.com. Like the merch will be linked. It just helps. It helps the show. They're hand designed by Gigi, then they're hand printed by our friend Jillian. You basically help a bunch of small businesses to stay afloat. I mean, in the year 2020, and do not try to tell me it's 2021. 2021 does not exist. It's just 2020 until further notice. This is month 14, 13, hard to say, 14 of 2020. Okay, that's what I'm telling my children at least. So tonight is a live stream, hence the B-ness. I can see comments if you are watching at TTFA Live. It is truly the funnest part. So we're going to start with that I decided to call. Guess who wrote this? So here's how it works. I'm going to tell you a story, and then at the end, you have to guess who broke that heart. So our story starts in Germany, where our main character has decided that they're going to go backpacking with a friend, which is a classic American tale, right? You're going to search the back alleys and the monuments of Europe to find yourself. Wonderful. But our main character found themselves shacking up in an army base in Germany, which was fun and sexy, except for the fact that they had a fiance back in the States, a fiance who was desperately trying to get a hold of their beloved who is sharing a twin-size bed with a hot army person. So when our main character returns home to the States, the truth is revealed, the engagement is broken, and now you have to guess who broke the heart. So your choices are 4 members of the TTFA team. Who broke this heart? Was it Marcel with the cinnamon voice? Is it Jacob, our Gen Zer? Is it Hannah, our Midwestern mom? Or is it Jordan, our single and recovering journalist? She is single. Look at that. So cute, too. Also, everyone who works with us is like very cute. Just a little bit of a brag. Just a little bit of a brag. So this is where you vote. Who do you think broke this heart? Think hard. Okay, who would gallivant through Europe with an engagement, on the horizon, find themselves on an army base, having a fun, sensual time, and then return home to just break a heart, okay? Okay, wow. People are really, it's first of all, it's very, very close, but no one thinks it was Marcel, which is bananas to me, okay? Basically, no one is going to implicate Marcel. Okay, fine. I'm ready to tell you who it was. It was Hannah. Hannah did that. Hannah broke that heart. Hannah, what do you have to say for yourself?
I'm very sorry, and my wild youth is behind me. I'm not proud of it, but I was pretty wild,
I'm
Yeah.
proud of you. I'm proud.
Thank you.
I'm
And I did
proud.
want to share this like tiny little family heirloom that I dug through my jewelry box to come up with. And this is the promise ring that I was given by this poor boy who just wanted me to come back from Europe and not break his heart. And Eric, if you're out there, I'm very sorry. But
Oh,
something I'll
Eric.
pass on to my daughters forever. Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of past Hannah and present Hannah. I love you. I'm raising my sparkling water to you. And you know what? You've got that innocent face. Hardly anyone thought it was you. Honestly, people thought it was Jacob because Gen Z is so reckless. Okay. They were ready for it to be.
Yeah.
They're ready for it to be Jacob. Joke's on them.
Turns out as senior millennials, we had our fun too.
We had our fun, and it was pre the days where everyone had a cell phone, so we could be like, I'm going to Europe. Sorry, I can't talk to you. It was really a magical time. I'm so sorry that Gen Z does not get to disappear from the face of the earth in the way that we were able to. But
Yeah,
very
important.
You live and you learn. All right. Bye, Hannah. I love you. All right. Okay, so how's the stream looking for everybody? Everybody okay? Everybody doing good? Okay. All right. I'm gonna just move this can up. Okay. Just huffing a candle. Again, Gigi hand poured this feelings candle for me because she makes all of my unhinged dreams come true. She put a little bit of glitter in it. It smells so good. They last for freaking ever. Just one more sniff. Oh, God. Amazing. And also, if you have not already gone and checked out all the merch, she also made these little self-care packs that have a bunch of buttons that are meant to inspire you. Richard, get up in this button pack. Okay, a whole bunch. And then also a bunch of vinyl stickers that I put on my computer to also inspire myself. Okay, because sometimes you just need these little reminders. Also, when Gigi packs these things, she always puts candy in them, and it's so cute. It's like you always get like a little extra piece of flair. She's the best. Okay, next up. Not every love story has a happy ending. We know this. But some of them have no ending at all, which sounds romantic, but no, 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 no. I am talking about the disorienting reality of being ghosted. Have you been ghosted? I have been ghosted. I have also been the ghoster. I have been the ghoster. All right? I have been the ghoster. I have been both. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. A lot of people have been ghosted. A lot of people. Okay, sorry. Also, I guess I've been like talking about the birds too fast. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just very excited. I don't never know when the internet's going to cut out again. And I'm just trying to do my best. Okay. So sorry if I didn't talk about the candle enough, but I think you guys know. I think you guys know it's a beautiful candle. Plus, I just looked down. I have ADHD, and I saw the button pack that I'd stuffed down here to remind myself. What do you want me to do? I'm unmedicated. Okay. So most of you have been ghosted. I forgot my dog was behind me. Holy crap. Richard, this little creep, was here this whole time. She just woke up, started doing those mouth noises in my ear. Oh crap, Stacy. Honey. Oh, almost knocked you off the chair. Sorry. That was my bad. Sorry. Very sorry. Okay, we'll just move her here. Okay, anyways, most people have been ghosted. Some of you haven't. Must be nice. But for this segment, I need everybody in the audience to focus because we are basically going to solve a mystery together, and the details are important. And, the mystery that we are trying to solve is the ghostess with the mostest. This is an eerie story. It is unsettling, and to help me get through it, I am going to need Marcel and his cinnamon voice to return. Marcel?
Hey, what's up, Nora?
Thank you for being here. Marcel, I want you to, I think you might have met her in passing, but I want you to meet our ghostess. Her name is Megan McInerney. She's my sister. We call this nepotism. Not sure if you, just something white people do.
You should.
We can't
as
help
you
it.
should.
Yes. Yeah.
Should.
We can't help it. So, Megan, will you introduce yourself and just sort of set the scene for the crime?
Yes. Hi, Nora. Longtime listener, first time caller. Really happy to be here. I am 46 years old. Also, I love how in Abby's video, she said almost 30 as if she has a foot in the grave. I was like, girl, I'm 46. And let me tell you, the dating pool gets decidedly smaller as the decades pass. So I'm 46. Yeah. 46, and I am divorced. I am a divorcee, as they say in France, and I am in the Twin Cities of Minnesota.
Okay, so Megan, what you're going to do is you're going to just present the sequence of events to myself, Marcel, and our many viewers and listeners. We're going to need you to help us solve this mystery and decide what happens next. Megan, take it away.
Okay, so let's return to the scene of the crime. We're on an app called Hinge. And for the uninitiated, Hinge is a dating app like most of the others. The one difference is you have to react to some part of the person's profile. You don't just swipe. You have to like a photo or like something they say. So I like this person's photo on Hinge, and he replies to me almost immediately. We exchange a couple of messages, and within a couple of messages on the app, he's like, hey, do you want to just move to text? Here's my number. I was like, okay. So we're texting back and forth over the next day or two, and then he suggests that we have a phone call. So again, I'm like, okay, this is the first time in all of my online dating that someone has suggested a phone call, period, let alone this quickly. So I'm like, okay. So we have a phone call, and he's lovely and delightful. English is not his first language. So what's really interesting about all of our communication is like, I can't lean on all my normal like sarcasm, humor. I have to be like clear and literal, and
you can't be yourself.
I have to act like a nice person. Okay.
Yeah, this is a stretch. Okay. It's a
really
reach.
putting my best foot forward here.
Yeah.
So we're texting and like talking, and we're also watching the same K-drama like in parallel with each other. So we're like messaging each other about the show that we're watching, and we're also like starting to exchange personal information, like about our families, about our
Social
divorce
security number.
Yeah. I'm wiring him money. That's normal, right?
Yeah, your mother's maiden name. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
all
like
very routine. It's very routine.
Right. You're building a rapport, though. You're building a rapport.
Exactly. Okay. So by November 20th, so the first time we texted was November 6th. By November 20th, we've been chatting, talking, and so we decided we're going to meet for a walk outdoors at Como Park. Mm-hmm. And he brings Starbucks. He asks me what I want. He brings Starbucks. We walk around the lake and around the park.
And, as he should. As he should.
Yes. So, but you know what, Marcellus, like as he should, but not as they always do. So this is like, there's all these signals that he's like a genuinely nice, earnest person.
Right.
Right. So, and at the end of our walk, he asks very sweetly, like, and nervously, like, would I want to see him again? And I say, sure. I mean, like, I'm not super into him, but he does seem nice and kind. So I'm like, sure. Yeah, we can see each other again. So 2 days later, now it's November 22nd, I do an online cooking class. Some friends of mine are doing this cooking class, and they're teaching how to make gulab jamun, the Indian dessert, like the
fire.
So good.
Yeah,
so
dipped in that syrup, that sugary syrup.
Yeah, I made that syrup, and I could not believe how many cups of sugar were in it. I was like, oh, this is why it tastes so good. It's just truly over the top. But I make so much of it that there's like no way I could ever eat all of this gulab jamun. So I package it up, and I'm bringing it around and dropping off little care packages to people I know. So I text him, and I'm like, hey, I have this gulab jamun, like I'll drop some off to you. So he gives me his address.
Right.
Okay.
So
he gives you his home address. He gives you his home address.
Right? Like, okay, so he gives me his home address, and I drive to his house, which, but side note, takes 40 minutes. And I'm talking weekend pandemic. There is zero traffic. I'm driving 70 miles an hour, and it takes up 40 minutes.
This is long distance. I am not willing to go that distance for, I would not visit you as a sister, as a family relationship, as like a sharer of my DNA and a part of my family history to 40 minutes. It's just kind of like,
you didn't visit me when I lived 15 minutes away. Okay.
I did not. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to take a freeway. Okay. And then
red
also
flag,
the exit.
red flag.
Terrible.
We have a comment. Red flag.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
Yes. That's what we need.
What's the red flag?
What was the red flag? What exactly
I think the red flag is that we're that is the 40-minute drive.
True. Yeah. I know. But listen, guys, did I mention 46?
Yeah. You can't be
small. You have to drive farther to find the fish. Okay.
Yes, it's true. It's true. It's true. But also, like, your vision at night it's not safe.
Thank you. Yes. I do get the halo when the lights are coming at me. Like, don't remind me. Okay, so he invites me into his house. I drop off the dessert, and we just like chat for a couple minutes. And I'm just like scoping out his house, like seeing if he's a serial killer. Everything looks normal.
As
There's
you
like
should.
Kids, right? Like this is. I'm like, okay. So at the before I leave, he asks if he can hug me, which also was like so cute. And I was like, okay, so
consent is hot. We love that.
True.
Consent is sexy, and the hug was just really cute. So I was like, okay, cute.
Plus, like, there's you're hug starved. There's a pandemic. You're masked up. You're like, I dropped you off a bowl of sugar. Why not get a little torso to torso contact?
Human contact.
Let's press our torsos against one another. Did you ever think you would miss that as a person? Just a chaste hug. Did you ever think that would be hot? No. Okay.
Truly.
So things are heating up. This is pandemic.
This is
sensual.
This is pandemic porn. Okay, a hug inside a house, like
hug thirst.
Slow down.
Yeah, hug thirst is real.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay. So couple days later, so this was that was November 22nd. November 27th, we meet for a second walk at the lake. Again, he brings Starbucks, we have a little hug, he seems nervous, and we walked around for like, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours. We're talking.
It's a small lake, by the way. If you're not from Minnesota, it's like the tiniest of the lakes. It's like you got
a mile and a half. Like to do a 5K, you got to go around it twice. Like it's not a huge lake. So then December 2nd, he texts me and says, would you be comfortable meeting up indoors?
Again, this is pandemically sensual. That's what this is.
I also should point out that
would you like to meet indoors? Let's take this party inside. Gross. Okay.
Also,
I brought out a notebook too. Like I need to take notes on the evidence. So it's like I just wrote down sensual earlier. So that's a note.
Yeah. That's the word of the night.
It's the word of the night. It's the word of the night.
That meeting indoors when you're starting to date someone in late November, early December in Minnesota also becomes somewhat necessary. So like it was starting to become untenable to continue to meet outdoors for walks. Like it was getting cold. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready to meet indoors. My kids were at my house. His kids were at their mom's house. So we decide that I'm going to go to his house.
Okay.
So December 5th. It's now this is now like a month after we've met on Hinge. So December 5th, I go to his house. He cooks dinner. He asks me what I want for dinner. I say, can you make bibimbap? He says, yes, absolutely. It's delicious. He makes a little appetizer. It was like nice and it was really good.
Oh, and shit.
I mean,
I could tell when I got there that he had like prepped some ingredients. Like there was mise en scène all over that kitchen. Oh, mise en place. That's what it's called. Mise en place.
I don't speak French. So I was like, yes. Okay. Only
all you
one
need to know, Nora, is that it's sensual.
Yes. All you need to know is I spoke French. Okay. The first and maybe like only time like a man like made me dinner as part of a date. It was not a date. I was in my 20s. He made like fettuccine Alfredo.
Classy.
Fire though.
I went over to his crappy apartment because his roommates are gone. He makes fettuccine Alfredo and then he's got like a bottle of like the sweetest wine. I can't remember what it's called. It's basically syrup. Just syrup. It's so disgusting. Obviously I make out with him. Like there's no chemistry and I'm like, well, he made me fettuccine. I guess I owe him.
I'm in my 20s. Yep.
I'm in my 20s. Just terrible.
We got a comment from Meg. This is way too much contact for this to end in ghosting.
I agree.
I know. We agree.
Meg, buckle up, Meg. It gets better.
It gets better. Okay.
Also, side note from Marcel's reactions, we now know that his like ideal meal is fettuccine Alfredo and gulab jamun.
well, you know what's really messed up is that now I'm gluten free for health reasons, so it just destroyed me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But fettuccine, it's a good first date or college dorm. That's a college dorm date.
It's a college dorm date.
I had that a few times.
Recommend if there are any young people, like if you plan on trying to like have a physical. My children are watching. I just would not recommend a cream-based pasta before a physical act of any kind. I wouldn't.
And most of these people don't even have a side. What's the side? You need like a healthy side to balance it out. And an acid.
There was no side, Marcel. There was no side. It was just
straight bubble
pasta. He was wearing sweatpants. It's like I just did not. I got what I paid for. Okay. You
Nora,
get what
it's a rookie move on a man's part. I think young men make this mistake a lot. It's a rookie move to make long pasta on a first date because no woman wants to eat long pasta in front of a person they just met and might want to touch mouths with. Like it just it's not a good look.
A bow tie would have been fine. Like a penne noodle would have been fine. Unfortunately, it was fettuccine. It was fettuccine. Okay. I ate the fettuccine that I felt like I owed him a little under the shirt over the bra action. Okay. It's about my children's bedtime. So hopefully they're no longer watching. However, who's to say? Okay. So he makes you dinner. Yes.
After dinner, he says, I'm going to cut up some fruit for you. And he cuts up these like Asian pears and persimmons and is like telling me all about like how his mom taught him how to like cut, like peel persimmons. It's like this very like sweet thing. I don't know how to describe it. So after dinner, we are just hanging out, talking. And so we kiss for the first time.
Okay.
Yes. December 5th, first kiss. And my honest reaction to the kiss is like, how can I politely never see this person ever again? How can I escape?
Okay.
There's like two like things for me in dating. You know how everybody has like a thing? Two of mine are hands. Like, he has to have good looking hands. And I thought this guy's nails were too long.
Oh, that is an immediate, no.
Yeah. And kissing, like it just like kissing has to be good. So I just was like, oh God, how do I get out of this? He's so nice. And I was just like, how do I escape forever? So I give him another chance and we kiss again. And the second kiss, like fireworks, like,
okay.
So he just had to like knock the dust off. I don't know. Yeah. According to him, I have not verified this fact, but like I was the first person he dated after getting divorced like 18 months earlier. So, you know, he was a little out of practice.
Okay.
Side note about the divorce. He has been divorced twice from the same woman. Right? Like that's
that's super tough. Yeah. Wait, who initiated the divorce? Because that's
Marcel,
really crazy.
Who do you think, after hearing this story, who do you think twice was like, dude, I'm out?
Oh Lord Jesus.
Oh my God, that's such a sweet pea little.
That's tough. I might be out the game if that happens to me.
Yeah.
I might just be out the game. I'll just go be a monk somewhere.
All this is to say, like I took this all so.
Oh God, Pamela said, "Run, baby, run, Megan. Run, baby, run."
Okay,
run.
Okay. Pamela, where were you in December? But here's the thing: none of these things were red flags. Like I say this to say that like he struck me as being super gentle and sincere and sweet. And I was like, man, I don't want
one person could divorce multiple times. You know, it's like, what do you want to be punished just because you're a sweet pea who's going to give someone a second chance, remarry, like go through, file yet more. The paperwork involved with being married and divorced twice is, truly
incredible. Yeah.
Incredible. Okay. So
we haven't amazing this.
Right.
Then a couple days later, we meet at his house again, and he asks, like, should we be exclusive?
Right.
And I'm like, this seems like a good idea in a pandemic, that we should probably not kiss other people. Like that seems like a solid choice. So
yeah, that's fair.
about dating in a pandemic is that it forces you to have conversations much earlier than you otherwise would about like exclusivity. So it was kind of hard for me to tell, is he saying this for like health, safety? Is he just like, you know, a huge Fauci fan and he doesn't want to run afoul of guidelines, or is he like really into me? So later I text him and like, does this mean
he was doing it for Fauci? Okay. He was in it for Fauci. He was trying to get Fauci points. Okay.
So I text him and I clarify and I was like, so exclusive, like, do you mean like you're my boyfriend? And he's like, yeah, unless you have another idea. And I'm like, no, cute, you're my boyfriend. So
okay.
It's so adorable. So then we were texting about how, for some reason, we get on the subject of how we have each other listed in our phones, in our address books.
Like last name, first name, or first name, last name. Like
right,
people do
or
that.
just first name, just first name if you're on
just first name. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a full name person. I need your full name and preferably like also your home address right away. I hate like dinking around with that stuff. You know, I want all the info.
Even our mother is in my address book as first name, last name. You know how some people are like mom with a little heart emoji?
No. Never has been. No, she is Margaret. People commented like that Ralph was in the chat earlier on the show and was like, you're doing a good job, Nora. And people were like, he calls you Nora. I'm like, yes, we are on a first name basis. My children and I are on a first name basis. That's what we do. That's how we do this. Okay. Okay. So how are you in his phone?
He tells me that I am in his phone as baby.
Oh, okay. All right. I
This
see
one
the
was
game.
hard for me because I was like, wait, like a baby, like the baby emoji. And he's like, no, the word. So again, listen, in retrospect, I see that like this sounds weird, but when you're in it and you're like super crushing on somebody, like these things are like cute. They're just like, when you bring them out in the light of day, I'm sweating talking about this. It's so embarrassing, but like it was
Marcel, what is Janae in your phone as?
Her name is Janae in my phone, as it should be. I'm a first name person. If I'm cool with you, Nora's Nora. Hannah's Hannah, I think. Or actually, no, Hannah's in there with her last name, but that's because I like imported her information from somewhere. Okay. But generally speaking, everyone has only one name. And I will never call anyone baby.
Yeah. I will not either. Also, if Matthew is out there right now watching this, if I was in your phone as baby, even after I think 5 years we've been together, instant divorce. Like I don't think a jury in the world would disagree. I don't think there are juries involved in divorce, but if there were, they'd be like, granted. Okay, he put you in his phone as what?
Shweta says, "Stop justifying it, Megan. Stop justifying it."
Is she?
It's okay.
Is she stop justifying that that I was like crushing?
That you thought it was okay. That you thought it was okay that he called you baby in the phone.
We need you to take ownership over this disgusting. I'm just kidding. Okay,
it's not that crazy.
I know. I'm just being.
If you're 20,
I'm trying to bully my sister, Marcel. Don't intervene. Okay. So you're in his phone as baby. You continue to talk to this man, and this is a choice you made. So what happens next?
I made. Okay, so now it's like December 11th. We hang out, have like dinner and a movie again at his house, and he mentions we're not going to be able to see each other for 2 weeks because my kids are going to be here for like an extended period of time. So we're not going to see each other until after Christmas, until like the 27th is what.
Okay. So 16 days.
Yeah. Which, you know, at the beginning of seeing someone, okay, that sucks, but whatever. We're divorced adults. It's just like the reality of the world. So we're like, okay, fine. So we continue to text and talk a lot on the phone, and he'll text me things like "Good morning, girlfriend," and it's like, I will not apologize for that. It was really freaking cute, and my little icy heart was starting to melt.
That's cute. That's cute. That's cute. It's cute. That's very cute.
And then one time, I can't remember what I said or did, but he texted, "Thank you for being my girlfriend." Like, what? I died. Like, I just was like, oh my God, like just the gratitude. Like, I'm just happy to be nominated. I was like, great. So
Yeah.
it was sweet. It was cute.
Sweet.
So
That's sweet. Okay.
now it's December 18th and we are like, we're like missing each other. It's like early on in dating, you want to see each other a lot. And so we're like struggling.
It's been a week.
We're not going to be able to wait till the 25th or oh, somebody asked how old is he? He is my age. So he's 45. He's 45.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So you're both like, I mean, you know, and you've done this before. He's not on course with one person. Like, you know what you want. Like, so it's like fun. I don't know. I think it's just different than being, you know, in your 20s, different than being in your 30s. So, okay. So it's been a while. You guys want to see each other. You know, you're going back and forth. Like, I miss you. No, I miss you. Like, no, you're cute. No, you're cute. Okay.
And then he's like, okay, well, what if his kids are at his house. So obviously I can't go over there. My kids are not at my house. And he says, what if I come over to your house like early in the morning? And I was like, this was like a Friday night. So it's like Saturday. Oh, so you mean like 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
He says, no, early, like before the sun comes up. I'm like, what? So I think he's joking at first. And then I realized, no, he's serious. He is suggesting that he's going to he's going to get to my house at 4 a.m. So he's going to leave his house at 3:30 to come see me so that his kids won't know he's gone. So we can just like see each other for a couple hours.
Dedication.
See each other. See each other. Okay.
We want to see each other just only with our eyes. So he gets to my house that morning at like 3:45 and you know, we just see each other. We just see each other.
That's all. You just see each other. Just looking. Just some deep eye contact.
Seeing each other. And
okay.
He leaves at 7, goes home. His kids are none the wiser. Okay, cool.
And they're like teenagers. They're not like it's like he left 2 like infants unattended. Okay.
Thank you for that clarification. Yes, they are teenagers.
They're fully self-sufficient humans. Okay. So fast forward to Christmas.
Yes. My kids go to their dad's house Christmas Eve. His kids go to their mom's house Christmas morning. He comes to my house at like 4 p.m.-ish. This might sound like a big deal, but like at Christmas in a pandemic as a divorced person, it was just like a date, right? Yeah. And this is also going to be the first time that either of us stays over at the other person's house because every other time we've had to rush home to our kids. So I make dinner. I made steak and green beans and like, I don't know if you saw on TikTok, those little like smashed potatoes that people were making. I set off the smoke alarm no less than 4 times while trying to broil steaks. The smoke alarm might have gone off more time. One of my dogs was traumatized so much that this is the first and only picture that exists of us. I was like, this was real. It really happened. One of my dogs is so traumatized that now whenever I turn the oven on, he hides in the bathroom. Like that's how many times the smoke alarm went off. But despite that, the dinner was very good. Right. He brought my favorite gin because he had remembered from a text string like a month ago that it was my favorite, whatever. We're just hanging out.
A thoughtful dude. Okay.
Delightful. We have an amazing night, hanging out. It's great. The next day, we have like a super lazy day. We're hanging out some more. We watch a movie, whatever. And he leaves like early evening. So it's like a long 2 days.
Right.
And so, so he leaves at like 4 o'clock the day after Christmas. And the thing is, I'm like, now at this point, I don't know when it turned, but like now I'm into him. Like this, the sleepover was great. After he left, like I was texting you, I was texting my friends. I'm like, the picture that I took of us, I was like, I have a boyfriend. Like I had fully flipped over into like, okay, I am into him now. This is going somewhere and like, he's really cool. This is great.
Okay. I remember this. I remember getting this text and I was like, oh my God. gosh, my sister has a boyfriend. This is exciting. All right, Marcel, what does this sound like to you? Like this is a relationship. This is things are heating up.
This is a different kind of guy to me. There's there's just a few things that he did that I wouldn't be doing. I wouldn't be calling you baby. In that at that level of maturity. I was writing some things down. I think that the thank you for being my girlfriend was a red flag for me. That I mean, when I was in first grade, that was my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you for being my girlfriend. But once I turned like 8 or something like that, I was over it. So you lost me a while back, and I'm just trying to process. I'm trying to process how you continued to go in this fashion. But it's like when you eat some nasty food that you DoorDashed or something, and then you're already halfway invested, and then you kind of find what's good about it. That's kind of how I feel about this right now. So I'm like, oh well, I guess we're in it. So and then you find something good about it, and now you're enjoying it. But I don't know how to feel about the dude yet. I feel like there's a lot of very strange behaviors, mainly thanking someone for being their girlfriend.
Okay, here's what you need to know about me, though, is like, I never would have tolerated this from any other person on the planet. Like, I cannot even explain how, again, I just keep going back to the word sincere. Like, everything seems so, like, pure and sincere.
Yeah. And we are not, that is not our... Yeah.
Nah, that's a cop out. And it's like, you got to think about it too. Like, the one thing I can think about in reality is, like, you were saying English wasn't his first language.
Right.
So
it was not
I feel like the way he's talking, like, it could be that there's like a culture. There might be some like core cultural difference, like where he thinks it's okay to say stuff like, thank you for being my girlfriend.
I mean,
there's no way that
Pamela says that you should just call Marcel for advice next time, and I agree, because obviously, I mean, not all of this. Just to be clear, not all of this, Marcel, was disclosed to me. All I heard was that she had a boyfriend who made her dinner and was cute. I got the picture. I was like, that's a cute dude. Good for my sister. Had I known all the details, maybe I could have intervened. So what happens next after this exciting holiday that you share?
Okay, so the next day, I'm just starting to notice that like his texts are like less frequent and like a little shorter, but like whatever, I don't think much of it. And then another day goes by and he's being very vague about when we're going to see each other again. And it's starting to seem fully weird now. And like, I'm getting a bad feeling like, oh, I really like opened myself up to this person, and like, oh no, he's being like really dicey, and just like, I'll be like, when are we gonna see each other? And he's like, soon, or I'll check. Like, well, check with who? You're a grown ass man. So, yeah. So finally, by the 29th, I'm like, okay, what is going on? So I sent him a message. I was just like, hey, I know you're at work, but can we talk later? Because it seems like you're either not texting me on purpose or you're just being thoughtless, and it's just like, doesn't feel good. So let's talk. So he's like, yeah, I'll call you. So he calls me after work that day. It's like 5:30 or something. And we have the most bizarre conversation of my entire life. Like, at one point I remember saying, like, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, I hear the words, but I do not know what you mean. And at one point, I even just asked straight out, I'm like, so do you want to break up with me? Like, are you breaking up with me? And he replies, oh, no, nothing like that. And then he also says, you didn't do anything wrong. And I'm like, I know. I'm like, I know I didn't do anything wrong. Like,
I know I ain't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So what?
Okay. It's bizarre. I'm so disoriented by this entire conversation that and I can tell that I'm getting kind of emotional. I'm like, I'm not going to cry on this phone call. So I'm just like, okay, let's talk later. Okay. So I did cry a little bit after the phone call.
That's okay. That's okay. We support crying. Also, I mean,
Speak for yourself.
you said, "Are you breaking up with me?" And he said, like, "No, you didn't do anything wrong." Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, so I'm trying to process what happened, but I'm like, okay, so we didn't break up, but definitely something's up. So I guess we'll talk about it later. But I can tell, like, in my gut, I'm just like, something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Something is not adding up. So I send him 2 follow-up texts. One that is like 2 hours after our conversation, I send him a text. And then I send another text about an hour after that. And I never hear from him ever again.
Wow. Ghosted. That's
Ghostess with the mostest.
Ghostess with the mostest.
And here's the thing. I've heard from other people who have said, yeah, I've ghosted before, but only after like 1 or 2 dates, like never after like, 2 months of.
Right. Okay. So let's just I want to like CSI this story. It's like you match with this guy. You move it immediately to text. Then you go on a walk. Then you bring food to his house. Then he makes you dinner. Then he has to be your boyfriend. Then you hang out. Then you like hang out again. And then all of a sudden he's just gone. Like no reply.
Yeah.
Okay. There are 2 sides to every story except when it involves my sister, in which case her side is the only side that I care about. But Marcel, what are we dealing with? And for the audience, I do have one question to ask, which is, does Megan text this guy and call it out or not? Right? That's what we're here to solve, right, Megan? Like, do we let him go? Do we let him go? Okay.
Yes, you let him go. I don't care. Nora's not going to agree with me. No one agreed with me.
I want to text him and just be like,
No
hey, I think that you should text him and just act like nothing happened. Also, guys, I just found a sticker on the sole of this shoe. These are my pink clogs. I've not worn them in forever. There's a little heart sticker on the sole of my shoe.
It's a sign.
It's a sign. It's a sign you should text him. Okay. People are saying not to text him. I think that we're fine.
Don't do the text. Don't do the text. You listen, I look at this from like a street smart perspective. When you get finessed, just respect it. You lost.
What
okay.
happened?
Did I get
I'm sorry.
Jane is on my side and says text him for sure.
Oh,
I also just like, I want some closure. Like the thing is, like, you just don't have you don't get any feedback. It's like, I mean,
you think he's going to give you feedback? What do you think, Megan? Do you think he'll actually give you that same sincerity that you were experiencing before? Will he give you that now, or do you think he's going to ignore you if you text him?
I think he'd probably ignore me. Like, I mean, if he didn't answer those first 2, like,
and we do need you to share what you texted him, those last 2 texts, because I think Marcel needs to hear the last 2 texts.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Listen, you've already just like laid me bare publicly and turned my like tender little heartbreak into content, and now I have to like tell you. It is so. Oh, you guys.
True.
I've been nice to you. I've been very nice to you.
Marcel has been very nice.
Indeed. I would have, yeah. But go ahead. What did you say? It's okay. Go with the first thing. What's the first thing you said?
The first thing I texted was, I wish I was with my boyfriend. I hate you guys so much. I hate you so much.
Oh, no. But I love you.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. And then after he didn't reply to that, then you texted him again?
Nora!
Did you? Did you? Did you?
Yes.
Oh my God, what did you say?
Oh, shit. Okay,
Wait,
what was the
I'm sorry,
second one?
after you said, I wish I was with my boyfriend, and he didn't reply, what'd you follow that up with?
My bad, wrong person? Like, what did you... I mean, what would you say? You gotta... Oh, my... I hope it was some kind of redemptive text.
Oh, no. Marcel, it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse.
Oh, God. Okay, we're ready. We're ready. Hit us with the chips.
Okay.
I said you should come over.
Okay. Okay. In light of this new evidence, the poll is correct. We're going with the poll.
Yes.
You cannot text him. I need you to block him. I need you to change your identity. I need you to change your address, your phone number. I need you to move to a new city, start over, abandon your kids. They'll understand after they see this. Like, there's no way. There's no way, Megan.
Brittany says bring him on the show, and Meg says egg his house. I'll say out of those two things, he's definitely not coming on the show, and that's not a good look. Like, she lost. You can't you can't bring the winner. Can't bring the winner on the show, because then she looks worse if he comes on the show. You can't do that.
I do want his personal address, just for I would just like to do a little like Google and just see what we're talking about. Okay, well, Megan, I'm very sorry this happened to you. However, you reap what you sow. What can I say?
Facts.
I will say I like that Marcel called it getting finessed. Like, that sounds cooler.
Yeah.
Like, I got finessed.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, Marcel's going to take over so we can try to fix my internet right quick. Yeah, so Marcel, you're in charge. You can talk some stuff to Megan, take some audience questions.
All right.
And I will be
All right, go do your thing. Okay.
Hey, Marcel.
Yep.
Marcel, remind people to buy this sweatshirt because we only made 100 of them.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Y'all need to buy that sweatshirt. I don't have one. I also have a very fly Black-owned business Brooklyn Circus sweater. But that sweater right there, that's limited edition. You can buy this. You see what I'm saying? Anytime. But you should buy this. But that is limited, so you have to buy it now. You must buy it now.
It's true.
If you don't, you're a bad person. No, I'm just kidding. You're not a bad person. You're not a bad person, but you're not a good person.
In case anyone is wondering if being Nora's relative gets you free merch, it does not. I had to go on my phone earlier and order myself a candle and a sticker pack. So there are no favors. Everyone's got to order their own shirt.
Facts. So hold on. So let's go back to, Jane says, let's send 100 sweatshirts to the ghoster. We have to come up with a plan right now for how you're going to troll this person, because you do have to respect, as they say, respect the jokes, or respect the hustle, respect the game, chalk it up to the game. But now we need to troll him. So I'm for you texting if you troll him.
I mean, I really liked Nora's idea of just pretending like nothing had happened. Like, just pretend like no time has passed. And I mean, today would be a great day to do it. Just be like, what are we doing for Valentine's? The day's almost over.
You want to bring over some bibimbap and Starbucks? I was just at Como the other day, and we share the phone number, and we all text him. No, I think that's I think we can get arrested for that. Is that doxing? Isn't that doxing?
It's close. Yeah.
So altogether, how long were you guys dating?
A month and a half, I guess, if you go from our first walk. 2 months if you go from the first time we started talking.
And he was saying, thank you for being my girlfriend. A month and a half.
Here's the thing. I think you guys I feel misrepresented. A couple of things. One is yes, there definitely was a language thing where he, like, the way that he would say things sounds super weird, but like in the context of how he spoke English, it was like not, it was not weird or creepy. Like when I'm telling it now, it sounds bizarre. That it was like really sweet and sincere. And I also never would have talked to anyone like that. So it was, in my mind, it was partially also like I was kind of experimenting for the first time with being just like completely not cynical and just
right.
open.
But it seems like you were judging in the beginning a lot. Like what I got from the story was like you were like, okay, this is a little weird, or like the kiss, like there was some judgments. Do you feel at all salty because of the fact that like you were kind of like having these judgments in the beginning and being like, oh, I don't know if this guy's on my level, and then he finessed you? Keep it real.
Yeah.
Does that feel like he's like, yo, how dare you? Do you feel like how dare you at all?
You know, I never thought about it like that, but you are so right. I was like, whoa. Like, no, I was like,
being nice to you.
Control. And then you flipped it. He flipped it on me, Marcel. I got finessed.
Yo, I gave you a chance, okay? I gave you a chance.
Right. Like,
that's really crazy. Okay. Wow. Okay. Ready for you?
I think I should put you in charge of my Hinge account, because clearly, like, my judgment can't be trusted. Like, I gotta run things by you. Is
Hinge as good as like the Tinders and the Bumbles? And how do you find dating online? Because I've never been able to, get into that. Not that I need it now, but there's a bunch of people in the chat who need it. So.
I do like Hinge. I prefer it. Like I first of all, I started to resent Bumble because like I know part of the thing is like, oh, the woman gets to talk first. But I didn't like the pressure of having to be the one. It's so hard to start a conversation. So with Hinge, I liked it because they can't talk to you until you both match, but I didn't have the pressure of always being the person to start the conversation. And then the conversations are better, I think, because like I said, you have to react to something in the person's profile. It's not just a random like. So you kind of start out with something to talk about. Like they like a picture you posted or they like something you said.
Right.
And then that gives you a jumping off point to
So you liked one of his pictures, or he?
Yeah.
Okay, so you liked one of his pictures.
Yeah.
Was his whole profile appealing?
I'm back.
Oh, it's
Hello.
Nora.
Party's over. Okay.
Oh, Nora's back. I was just saying.
I'm back.
You're such a good person, Nora. I wasn't saying that you.
That's what I could
like
hear. That's what I heard. I heard primarily just like, oh my God, Nora, she's so great.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
The plan is to troll him by doing what you said, Nora, which is just act like nothing ever happened.
I think you should act like nothing happened. Look, I'm not going to tell you what to do. However, I will say, Megan, you have to leave. We have to move on with the show. Okay. I'm so sorry for your losses. And and if you want to date my sister,
I'm going to leave embarrassed while you set up some other woman on a date. So thank you for that. That's not great nepotism. I'm just going to put that out there.
Nepotism can only go so far. However, I did make an email address because if you do want to match with my sister or our cute camera guy, he lives in Arizona, but he also spends time in LA. Richard will come on the show. He's wearing a mask, but like, trust me, super cute, like very nice. I made banana bread. He took 2 bites, said it was good, and didn't finish it, whatever. It's probably not personal, but you can email matchmaking@Nora if you want to date my sister. Okay. If you want to date my sister, you got to get with her sister. That's just how it works. That's the way it is. Okay. Quick reminder, Marcel, I think you did a great job with this sweatshirt. It is amazing. This is hand printed hand designed by Gigi, hand printed by Jillian. It will be packaged and shipped to you by our pal Chris. You will keep people employed by shopping our merch.
Gigi is a top tier designer.
Gigi really is.
Top tier.
Gigi
Look
is
at,
the
hold
greatest.
on, Nora, just show the print again real quick. Show the print again. I want to see the print because look how gold and gleamy. The
Gleamy,
speckles of light, the
gleamy.
spectacle
And
of
it
light
says,
that's
"Kiss me,
coming
I'm
that's
emotionally
shining.
unstable." And honestly, what better description? Okay, I don't care if you're Irish, like kiss me, I'm Irish, but what does that have to do with anything? Kiss me because I'm emotionally unstable. And as my husband can attest, like if you aren't constantly giving me reassurance, I think that you hate me. Anyways, let's move on. Megan, love you. See you later. Text me tomorrow.
Love you.
Okay.
Bye.
So let's get into the heart of the matter. Okay, let's get down to the heart of the matter, which is somebody contacted me to matchmake them. At the first part of the show, you heard Abby's voice. She is single. She's ready to mingle. She likes, she likes cats and music and therapy. She's a nerd about social justice and human rights, and she loves food co-ops. And she is interested in a straight man, which is a huge bummer. But honestly, can't help it. The bod wants what it wants. So I scoured my social media to find single men who I know and admire. I found exactly one. Exactly one. His name is Josh. He's a photographer. He's a divorcee. He's a dad. He's really sweet. He's really funny. I like his Twitter. This is Josh, right? Look at him. Cutie, sweet, very talented. I like a man with a talent. I like shopping for myself, but it doesn't matter. As a priest from my high school told me once, just because I'm on a diet doesn't mean I can't look at the menu. Now, when I say that as an adult, I realize it was highly inappropriate, and I probably should have told another adult that he said that to me. Anyways, so here they are. This is Dear Abby. This is it. Okay, we are about to see Abby find her person, or at least the next person. This is their first date. You are all about to witness their first date. Oh my God, we're here. Okay, so happy first date. I'm Nora. I am your matchmaker. There are maybe 1,000 people here with you, so it's very natural. And usually, if I were to do this in person, I would prefer to take you both to Taco Bell in real life, because I do think it's important to, one, know what someone's Taco Bell order is, and two, to see somebody eat. So, what did you guys order?
Hi, Abby. It was ordered for me.
Oh, Abby, we can't hear. Abby's on mute, guys.
Uh-oh.
That was my bad.
This is very 2020. Okay, Abby, what'd you get?
I got tacos.
Okay, good.
I would
good.
order a Crunchwrap Supreme, but I'm gluten-free, so no Crunchwrap for me.
Oh, God damn it, Marcel. That's Marcel. That's on Marcel, and we're so sorry. Josh, what'd you get?
Fun fact, this is actually my first time at Taco Bell as an adult. I got a Crunchwrap Supreme and a taco, some sort, hard shell.
Oh my God. You got Abby's Crunchwrap Supreme. This is
cute
look at that already. Okay, I love that. Okay. So, I mean, I made the match and that's great, but I don't know. I'm just a third wheel, and what you need for stability is four wheels. So I invited my friend Sean Galanos. He is a love coach, a romance coach. Look how handsome he is. Jeez Louise. Look at this guy. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Sean. Okay. Can you, Sean, this is a first date. I think you would probably advise, like, on a first date, have it in front of strangers, make sure Nora McInerney's there, and then also invite a fourth person. Like I said, 4 is stable. 3, a little tippy. So do you want to just kind of take it from here, walk these? I don't know if these people have ever been on a date before. I mean, they're both divorced. Like, they might be just like a little bit rusty, but you can just walk, Josh and Abby through how to have a first date. And then we all get the benefit of learning how to have a first date from you.
I am so here for this. There's no better way to have a first date than in front of thousands of people on a virtual live stream with Nora McInerney. So thank you. And I'm excited.
Yeah. We're excited too.
Yeah.
So I have a couple questions for you that you can ask each other. I mean, first of all, the only goal of the first date is just to see if you want to go on a second date. That's it. So one of the first questions that I would like for you guys to explore is like, how do you feel right now in the moment, knowing that you're in front of over 1,000 people eating cold Taco Bell and getting to know each other?
Weird.
Yeah, it's a little strange. It's not how I saw Valentine's Day going.
Me neither.
Up until maybe a week or two ago. So yeah, this is the perfect environment to get to know somebody. I think maybe Abby has had the same experience. Dating in a pandemic, you often have to do kind of the FaceTiming at first, and that is super intimate, and you can get to know somebody really, really well that way. So when you multiply that with a couple thousand strangers and a dating coach, this is going so great.
How's it going for you, Abby?
Good. I mean, I'm having fun.
If you can make it through this, you can make it through anything.
Do
you want to take a moment and share what's exciting in your life these days, other than the obvious being here right now?
I feel like maybe I just shouldn't have this story.
I just started a new job, so that's pretty exciting. I've worked with kids for my entire life, and I just took a job as a mental health worker. So that's exciting. Totally new, finally using my degree, which I'm really excited about. How about you?
What's your degree in? I should ask you
Psychology.
that. Psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those degrees that you get that, your mom or dad are like, what are you ever going to use that for? And now you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's really great. I also have a new job. As of a couple months ago, I started working for a healthcare system in town, doing communications for them, which is interesting because COVID's going on, and that's obviously a really important thing. So I'm glad to help with that. My kids are great. They're 6 and 3, both very fun, loud, noisy ages. And yeah, I spend 99% of the time in my apartment.
Same.
So yeah, can't complain.
Nice.
What are you both looking forward to doing when the pandemic is over, whenever that happens?
I'm very excited to see live music again and travel. Top of my list.
Yeah, I don't mean to steal your answers, but that's kind of it. I really, really miss First Avenue, which is a venue in Minneapolis here. It's been way too long. Travel is, not to get too in the weeds, but when, about a year ago, I was like, okay, I'm divorced. I'm going to go travel. I'm going to book a trip to New York. And that was on March 11th. And that obviously did not happen. It was one of those like, should we go? Should we not go? And then like 3 days later, it was like, oh my God, I'm glad we didn't go. And that was the last time. I would love to travel again. I would love to get on a plane, drive in my car, go to Colorado or Washington, Newfoundland. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, anywhere. Anywhere would be good.
Iowa or yeah.
I've got a question. I got a question that I think might be interesting. There's a Swiss-born British philosopher by the name of Alain de Botton, who says that when we fall in love, we're basically, when we're choosing a mate, we have to choose someone whose crazy is compatible with our lifestyle. So I'm kind of curious, like, how are you crazy? And is that something that you'd be able to handle of the other person?
Oh man, that's a good question.
I can go. I think I'm a little bit crazy. I think if you're not a little bit crazy after the last year, you're lacking something. Just like Nora, I got the ADHD, so I'm a little crazy with that. Mental health has been really important to me over the past several years. Therapy is great. Um, so I think I'm a healthy amount of crazy, and then I have 2 children, so they kind of drive me nuts sometimes.
Yeah, kids can make you crazy. I know that. I don't even know where to start. I would say I'm really goofy, which all of my friends will attest to. My sense of humor is a little wacky. I don't know what else would be crazy.
I'm laughing at that, Abby. I'm also laughing at the text that we just got from Nora that says, "Eat your Taco Bell."
Oh, whoops.
I don't know if I'm going to be doing that. It's
Eating
here.
on camera,
It's kind of cold.
Like really loud.
Yeah. That's
Eat your Taco Bell, okay? This is an important part. Look, weird eating sloppy fast food in front of people. Okay, it's okay. You guys don't really have to, but you know.
Maybe fettuccine Alfredo would have been.
I mean, I know
choice as
I know
well.
it was delivered 2 hours ago, but I don't see the problem.
One thing I like to do whenever I go on a first date, like in the before times when you could actually go out to public places, is I don't even like to eat on the first date because I feel like eating is it's disgusting for any. So it's like, sipping a hot beverage is one thing, but eating something. One time I went on a first date and I got snow crab legs, and so I think that ruined me for eating on a first date ever again.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It was, yeah. Didn't go on a second date. Yeah, I honestly have been sitting here for like an hour wondering, like, do I eat the Taco Bell? Do I have to wait for the Taco Bell? And I think I'm just going to let the Taco Bell sit here and be my friend for the rest of the segment, and I might eat it later.
That sounds like a good plan.
One of the audience members asked if you are the type of people who fall in love quickly.
You first.
No. I would say no. I think I make friends really quickly. And I get to know people pretty quickly. I'm pretty open. But I don't think I would say I fall in love quickly.
I think I can fall in like very quickly. I like a lot of people. I like getting to know people, and I feel like I kind of always have several different crushes. But to really, dive into the big L word, it takes some time, and especially now with this this stage in life with children, like the stakes they're a lot higher. Maybe they're not. I don't know. But at least in my mind, they're a little bit higher, and so there's always the like, can I bring my children around this person? Usually, I won't go out with anybody where the answer is no, but that's always a thing.
Yeah, for sure. It's confusing, especially for kids that age.
They'd be down for it. I think they would. Yeah, they'd be like, "This is nothing, Dad. Don't worry about it."
All right, Abby and Josh, you
Yes.
are the best sports in the world for doing this with us. You truly are. I adore you both. I'm pretty sure that you are engaged. And yes, I will officiate the wedding. It makes total sense. You don't have to ask me twice. I've cleared my schedule. Absolutely. First of all, also, like, people are in the chat, Josh, like, I mean, if you want a self-esteem boost, like, people are like, what a cutie. People are like, Abby, are you single? Yes, they are. But you have to go through me to get to these people. Matchmaking at noraborealis.com. I am the gatekeeper to all of these hearts. If at any point you want me to matchmake you after seeing this show, I do first want you to just consult with like, I don't know, like somebody else in your life, because maybe there's something else going on. But Abby and Josh, I loved doing this. Sorry, the Taco Bell came 2 hours early. I mean, I think you can live Moss even when it is ice cold, but what do I know? Again, if you want to date either of these people, email me. Wait, did I say email these people? If you want to date either of these people, email me. If you want to email these people, honestly, you could probably Google them and find them very easily, but don't do that. They deserve privacy. They deserve privacy. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Nora.
Sweet dreams. It's good night time for you.
Nice to meet you.
Cute. Oh my God. Cute. All right, guys. So now you know what I'm capable of. It's not much. It's frankly just not much. But quick reminder, we only have 40 of these left. We only made 100 of them. Oh, now it looks nice in that light. Hold on. Let me, I can't quite, nope. But okay. The point is, we made these lovely sweatshirts. We've only got 40 of them left. We also have these amazing little self-care packs you can buy for yourself or for somebody else. They come with these 6 giant buttons that say things like feelings or emotional wreck or I am the main character, because you are the main character, and coordinating little vinyl stickers that you can put on a water bottle, you can put on a computer, you can put on a tortoise if you have one. I would not put a sticker on my tortoise, but I am not here to tell you what to do with your life. We also only made 100 of these because we only made 100. I don't know, because also Gigi had to put these on paper with her own hands. Like, that's a lot. It's a lot of work. All right, we are coming to what I think is, I mean, my favorite part of the show, as long as I'm not glitching, which I don't think I am, which is, I mean, you know, the more interactive part of this evening with everybody. Oh, now I look great. Okay, good, great. Way to wrap it up at the end of the night, finally looking good. That's my brand. The point is that love is a mystery. We don't know what makes us fall in love with a person. We don't even know what makes us, like, I don't know, find a person. It's mostly luck. And if you love a mystery, Gigi took one of my ideas and made a mystery item. She made a mystery item that we are selling tonight. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it says. You don't know what it looks like. But if you buy it, it will arrive and it will be extremely mysterious. Okay, it's very good. I don't want to spoil it because it's mystery and some people love surprises, but it's really good. It's really, really good. It's very good. Anyways, so thank you. And thank you for all the, I mean, a ton of people have bought merch tonight. I know, like, you know, the merch was rolling at the beginning of the show. People are like, what is this, an infomercial? Yeah, kind of, in a way. In a way, this is public media, baby. We're doing live shows. We depend on listeners for support. And if we can get you to support us by making you a cool sweatshirt, you're dang right we're going to do that. All right. Anyways, this is our last part of the evening. I told people that this would not be a 3-hour live show. And because we started late, right now it's only at like 1 hour and 23 minutes. So we've got like 7 minutes left. Okay. So this segment of the night is going to be called Ask Nora. I'm going to be taking audience comments, audience questions, and also because Sean is such an insightful relationship person, and you saw that firsthand as he walked Abby and Josh through a first date that I made them have on the internet. I'm going to have Sean come on too in case you have questions for Sean. He is also here. Sean, thank you for being here and for guiding 2 people through a date, which I had no business doing in any way. And thank you again to Abby and Josh for really being up for that. Like, that takes some courage.
That was so courageous. And I have also never walked anybody through a date. My dates are like intensely private. I'm nervous when I'm next to someone that's having a first date.
Oh my God, me too. And I eavesdrop like a maniac. If I'm within like a 30-yard radius of a date, I will ignore the person I'm eating with to just be like, I always want to like intervene too and be like, no. She's losing interest. You got to wrap up that story about high school football. Okay.
don't bring up your divorce within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean, you have to bring that up like 10 minutes before the date even starts, frankly. Like my first date with Matthew, I was like, so what's your deal? I know you're divorced. That sounds absolutely bananas to me. My husband died, but like someone stopped loving you. How much did that hurt? And he was like, oof, no one's ever put it that way. It didn't feel good. Didn't feel
Sometimes
good. Okay, we have a good question. Yeah.
You have to dive in. Sometimes you have to dive in.
Sometimes you gotta dive in, just get it all out there. And I think it's also kind of like a good filter. So how do you navigate dating dads successfully? Actually, I think I can tag in an expert on this. Ian. Only one of our kids is home and he's asleep. Anyways.
I've never dated a dad,
by
the way. So
I am married to a dad. When I met Matthew, Ian. I got a question. Come here. Come over here, bud. Come here, buddy.
Why not?
Because it's about dating your dad, and we need your input.
You need to see me?
Yeah. Get over here. Okay, so when I started dating Matthew, Ian was 14. Here, I'll make a little room for you, bud. Oh, geez. Okay. You were 14. What? And then when you heard dad had a girlfriend, what did you say?
I said I was proud of him because I thought I would have a girlfriend before him.
Yeah. So I don't know. Dating a dad is the best. They always have snacks. Your dad.
Always have snacks.
Here's why I suggest dating a dad. One, you will never be the most important person in their life, which I think is kind of healthy, right? They've got other interests. They've got other responsibilities. Okay. They already know how to keep something and someone alive. They know how to care for another human being. They know how to keep their priorities straight. And this assuming that they're a good dad. Also, you can tell pretty much anything you need to know about a guy by the way he parents a child. And Matthew is immediately good at that. And he was. You have a good dad.
Yeah.
You have a good dad. And then Ian was such a little sweetie. So that's it. You can go back to sleep.
And if he's not a dad,
Need homework?
do they have plants? At the very least.
Yes. Do they have plants? Do they have pets? Do they have something going for them other than the potential relationship? Like that to me is it. And also like when you start dating a dad, you can't make it like, I don't know, you can't just like walk into a room and be like, meet your new mom. Cause like, it just doesn't work that way. It's like, you're just going to be like a grown up in their life and just like be cool. But also it just helps. I don't know. For me, I was already a mom. I was also very independent and I loved that Matthew had something else going for him.
You can't make the relationship the whole thing. If that is your priority in life, that is going to be a big disappointment.
It's never going to work. It's going to make you so unhappy. Okay. This question, Sean, I think is a good one for you to take first. How do you keep up hope for dating when you're 22 and living in your parents' house in a pandemic? 22, you are an infant. Okay. 22.
Life is
Trust
so
me,
long.
there's more.
Life is long. People say life is short. It's long. 365 days times 80 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
That's a long time. And there are cultures where people live at home until they marry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like we live in a very individualistic culture where you're expected to be out of the house by 18. And that would be nice, but we're in a freaking pandemic. Like people are moving back home. It's okay to go on dates that aren't at home, and eventually you can invite your person home and you could play video games.
I would give anything to live with my parents again. No offense to my current family, but like, oh my God, if I could live somewhere where someone else paid the mortgage and bought the groceries and like made the coffee in the morning, and I was just like a roommate who had responsible roommates, that would be great.
When I come home, my mom still will go and grab my laundry. You know?
Oh.
It's nice.
Oh.
It's nice.
Oh,
also,
nice.
my parents are watching, so thanks, Mom, and I love you, both of you.
Oh my God, and good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job, Sean's mom.
Yeah. You know, dating at home, it's okay. It's not the end of the world.
It's okay.
It's okay.
And also like
temporary.
You can also explain to your parents, like, I'm just like sort of casually trying to get to know people. It's not that serious. However, is it a major bummer to not have a place to like go? Yes, it is. I fully understand that. Okay. the worst. That's, I think, the worst part. It's just like being a teenager. You're like, well, where am I going to go? I can't bring you back to my house. Anyways, if a girl on Tinder says we could cuddle on our first date, what does that mean? She's using parentheses. I mean, I would ask for clarification personally. I don't know. Does cuddling mean something new, Sean? What am I missing?
I don't know. I haven't been on Tinder in a while, but it seems like there's an opportunity for physical connection that might just be cuddling. Maybe if someone says that they're open to cuddle, they might be open to more, but you could also just go there assuming that cuddling is on the table, and that might be all that's available. Also, someone just said that's too intimate for a stranger, and that can be true and also not true. Some people are okay.
I mean, honestly, in my early 20s, I would have cuddled with anybody. I used to just like go to people's rooms in college to sleep in their bed. Yeah. Like anyone. I mean, can I just come over and sleep in here? But, like the best. It just felt good. And also like two people in a twin bed is like, you just feel like a little hamster. I don't know. You're just like, we're just here. Like you feel safe. So maybe it's just about cuddling. I don't know. I would definitely check Urban Dictionary. You never know. You never know when people are changing definitions. In the quotation, I don't know.
I mean, I'd be willing to go cuddle now. Like in a pandemic, we're all touch starved. It would feel really, I would even do it in a twin bed, which is saying a lot because I'm like a grown man now. I don't want to sleep in a twin bed, certainly not with another person. But, you know, it's like moving back at home when you're 22. You do things that you don't really want to because we're just doing the best we can.
It's true. Okay, Emma asks, what do you think about dating someone who you don't see yourself with long term? Should I embrace the singleness or no harm, no foul? Sean will have an amazing take on this.
If you're open about the fact that you don't see yourself long term with them, no harm, no foul. Like we can date for all sorts of reasons, because we're bored, because we're sad, because it's been a while, because we like a partner in crime, not necessarily just to evaluate long-term partnership. So if you can say, hey, you know what? I like you. I don't see a future, which is really hard for me to say and maybe hard for you to hear, but like I would love to continue spending time with you. And be in the present moment. If that's something you're available for, let's do it. If it's not, I get it.
Yeah, I like that. And also it's like not every relationship has to be long-term for it to be successful. And I wish that I would have had that awareness in my early 20s, my mid 20s. I wish that I would have had, I came into widowhood knowing that, like, okay, it's not just 100% relationships all the time. But in my early to mid 20s, I thought like, well, we've been on 2 dates. I guess I'm your girlfriend. Dang it. Like as if a relationship's just happened to me. Like I couldn't, you know, have any sort of choice in it. And you do. And I think it's fine to like go on dates with a person and not have it be like a full-on relationship. But Sean made a good point, which is like, you can communicate that.
Yeah, communicate. Also, Ayanla Van Dans says that people are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Doesn't have to be a lifetime. It's probably not a lifetime. You and I know this.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
Not a lifetime.
Shit happens. Yeah. People die. People leave. It sucks. It happens.
Yeah. And you don't have to hate people just because it didn't work out. Like you can just date a person and be like, yeah, that was fun. Like, that's it. That's okay.
It's hard, but it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. How do you meet potential partners when you're LGBTQ, but I'm assuming this is a typo, live in a city with a small dating pool, or don't live in a city with a small dating pool? So maybe the dating pool's too big. Either way, I mean, I think it's always going to be the internet for now. Like, I think that's the only way to meet anybody right now. I mean, I met Matthew because he was friends with my friend Mo, who is also widowed. I never would have found Matthew on the internet at all because he did not meet whatever criteria I thought was important to me at the time. Never would have. How do you meet potential partners, Sean?
There's meetups, you know, like that are community oriented. So you find your community, you like sign up for an event. You can kind of slide into the DMs. There's totally a legitimate way to slide in the DMs. It's like very respectful. Like, hey, I like your corgi / sweater, your new TTFA sweater / candle. I'd love to get together for coffee or for a Zoom date.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not available, that's totally fine. So you could do meetups. You can actually like ask your friends also, which is hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's hard to say, hey, I am tired of being single. And if you know someone who would be a good fit for us to go on a date, I'm available for you to set me up, right? That's a hard thing to say, but it's totally doable. And then there's dating apps, we all know, and that's kind of hit or miss. But for me, dating apps have always been a tool to meet people, right? That's all it is. It's like, it's increasing your chance of getting lucky, which is what you said earlier, right? Falling in love is just like, it's literal dumb luck. We cannot control
it's just luck.
Who we fall in love with. And doesn't mean that when we do fall in love, it's with the right person, but we can increase our chances of that luck, happening to us.
Yeah. Yeah. I like also the idea of like joining just groups and organizations that you're interested in and finding people that way. That's worked for friendship for me here in Phoenix, is just like finding the organizations that I think would attract the kind of people that I want to be friends with, and then being a part of those on the internet. So, yeah.
And how is dating different than friendship? It's like, oh, you're someone that I would be a friend with, I'd like to be friends with, but also that I find cute and want to get naked with.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. I think the chemistry of friendship is just as difficult to find as the chemistry of like a romantic relationship. It's
totally.
And somehow like even it's harder to tell people like, oh, I'm looking for friends, than it is to tell your friends, oh, I'm looking for a relationship. And I don't know why, but it is. And almost every grown-up that I've interacted with on the internet has said that adulthood is lonely and that friendship has been difficult for them if you move to a new place, or, I don't know. I just think that the same principles that apply in dating or building romantic relationships like should also be able to apply to friendship, which is, I mean, you got to put yourself out there.
Yeah. And chemistry is good for all relationships, not just dating, romance, or marriage. Business partners, colleagues, collaborators, friends, everything. Like we need that chemistry.
Okay, I love this one. How do you remain interested in a partner when they're your roommate, co-parent, co-worker? Oh my God, I know at this point I would like my children to turn off the live stream wherever they are watching. It's so hard. It is so hard. This era of life is so depleting. You're so like, I mean, you're so lucky to have found long-term love. And also you are so fatigued of seeing the same gall darn face morning, noon, and night. It is very, very easy, especially if you have kids, to fall into sort of like, I call it like relay parenting or relay relationship, where it's like, you'll do this, I'll do this. Cool. You do that, I'll do this. See you there. Up. And then you realize like you have no relationship with each other, which has been, I mean, that's very, very difficult. We also moved to a brand new city. So we have few sort of like outlets around us too. So it's like truly like we are all six of us plus two dogs plus a tortoise. Like here, we are also sick of each other most of the time. It has helped me to work in another room. To like try to do like a couple things alone in any way. Matthew goes for like super, super long bike rides. I go for really, really long walks. And then to have things to talk about that don't include anything to do with our home or our shared life. So we each read at night before we go to bed. So we have something to talk about, which is like we're reading different books, or I try to remember I try to remind myself that he's a person and not just like a colleague in my life, and to talk to him about the things that are in my brain that I assume would be boring. And Esther Perel has, what is her first book, Sean? What's her first book? It just escaped my brain. It's not, oh my God, hold on guys. I can Google this.
This is so disappointing.
Okay. Mating in Captivity. 2 books that will help you with this. 1, Mating in Captivity, and 2, a book by Emily Nagoski called Come As You Are. And both are about like maintaining desire in long-term relationships where it's just like, you again? And it is really, really hard right now. There's like basically zero mystery. I'm like, I could tell you like every time Matthew has worn like the shirt that he's wearing today. I'm like, oh, that shirt, you wore that on Thursday. You also wore that last Wednesday. Like it's just Mating in Captivity. What was the second book? Come As You Are.
Come
Sean,
As You
what
Are.
else?
So, well, as you were talking, I was just thinking fire needs air, fire needs air, fire needs air, which is what the whole book, Esther Perel's whole book, is about: needing space in your relationship, separateness, right? Having different routines, spending time apart, and also cultivating mystery, which means not sharing everything and them not knowing everything that you're doing, right? That was part one, was try to create space. And that is so hard right now. It's so hard to create.
Yeah.
But like, Matthew playing drums in the closet, or actually you recording a podcast in the closet while he's playing drums, doing separate things and not doing everything together. And then the other one that she posits in her book that can be really good for desire is like relearning to see like where your partner is an expert, right? Where do they shine? How do they shine? Like actually being able to see them in their work environment, lead a meeting, do a live stream, can really like, I don't know, generate this feeling of desire, of being like really grateful and impressed by your partner. So like continuing to be impressed by them as like a
watching Matthew play the drums, I'm like I love it. I love watching him be good at something. I love watching him love something. And I'm so glad that I moved out of the closet so that he could have space to do that, because it has made me like him so much more. It's so nice. Ugh. Are you finding new things that annoy you about Matthew since quarantine? No, I'm realizing how annoying I am, honestly. Like I am realizing that he is like so sweet and so kind. And Sean talking about like, oh, like finding ways to like admire him. Today he swept the floor and then vacuumed it and then mopped it. And I didn't even make the bed, which is like my one task. And then
swept, then vacuumed. Then mopped. So there was no dust when he mopped.
None. It's like, I don't deserve him. No. Since quarantine, I've basically been like, I am a monster. Like, how can I make it very hard for him to leave me? Like, how can I trap him even further than I already have? Like, he's so kind and wonderful and sweet and funny, and he's so handsome. And I'm just like, ooh. I gotta figure out what I'm bringing to the table.
He is trapped in the depth and beauty of your heart. And there's nothing you can do about that.
Also, I mean, marriage is a legally binding contract. Never forget that. Not to pull the romance out of it, but like read the fine print.
Depends what state you're in,
Sean, please take this question because I love this. And Mandy, I feel you. This was me for most of my life.
This feels like I'm just making this up. This feels like a princess syndrome of wanting to be chosen and like have the glass slipper put on. And I think we've been really sold like a bill of sale or whatever. Like it's Disney, right? Like this idea of being chosen and selected. Yeah, we want mutual choosing, right? We want reciprocity. We want to be chosen as much as they choose us. And I still feel like sitting around waiting to be chosen is just not the best proactive solution to finding someone to date, right? I mean, like you and I said, a lot of it does happen, by luck, but I would much rather be in control of who I ask out than to be at the mercy of other people. And it requires balance. I think a nice balance of being chosen and choosing the same person is sort of what we're looking for, right? There's like the Venn diagram. There's the people that choose me, and then there's the people I choose, and then the fucking tiniest, excuse my French, the tiniest sliver in the middle of people who are both attracted and choose each other. And that's just hard. It's hard. And sometimes it takes years and years. And sometimes you think like it's never going to happen. And it probably will.
It probably will. And also, I will say that I mean, let's just assume, I'm just assuming Mandy identifies as female, which is we've been sort of fed this role that we're not supposed to be too proactive, right? Like a guy will ask you out. Like a guy will say he loves you first. A guy will ask you to marry him. I proposed to Aaron Like, I did. I like on one of my first dates with Matthew, I was like, I mean, I like you. Like, if you want to do this, we can do this. Like, it's almost like a job interview, right? Where you think when you don't have a job, you walk into a job interview being like, oh my God, I hope I get this. I hope I get this. I hope I get this. And you know what? Then you're not asking questions like, are you the right company for me? Is this the right job for me? Is this the right place for me? And when you're single and you approach a date or talking to a person like that, like, oh my God, will you pick me? You're completely just handing over your fate to the whims of another person. My friend Kate Kennedy from the podcast Be There in 5 said, it's not personal when they don't know you personally. They're not personally rejecting you. They don't know you personally. They've been on like one date with you. Like, who cares? And so I think like as I got older, and especially after being widowed, I looked at dating that way, which is like, well, but are you the person for me? Like, I mean, I assume like now that I'm in my late 30s and married, I assume everybody's in love with me. Like, Sean, relax. But and so I think it's so much healthier to say to look at yourself and say like, I'm trying to find the person who's right for me. I'm not trying to chameleon myself into being the right girl for the wrong guy, which is what I did forever. Like, forever. All right, I have a question, Sean, from this is the question that I was gonna pull up, and this is from Jem. Jem is so young, Sean. Jem is 19, and I've gotten to know Jem through like Instagram messages. They're Australian, that's why they are spelling words with superfluous U's, and they have a brain tumor. And Jem is 21, sorry, but 19 is basically 21. Like, what's the difference? Jem's 21, everybody. Jem is 21, not 19. Big difference. But I want you to take this one because I've already doled out my advice through the DMs, and so I want you to handle this one.
I mean, this is a hard one, but I think that, like we talked about divorce, we lead with who we are. Instead of hoping that they'll fall in love with us and then we'll disclose our warts, like the things that we're ashamed of or the things that make it challenging to be in a relationship, like we lead with it. I hear this question sort of also from people who have kids, like, when do I disclose that I have kids? It's like, just disclose that you have kids. Like, it is who you are, and it's going to affect the relationship in some way. And it also will make it more profound in other ways. And so it is who you are. It's part of who you are. And so there's nothing to be ashamed of. Will some people not like it? Sure. And are those people that we want to be dating? Probably not.
No, you don't want to date someone at all who would discount you because of like an illness or because of a previous relationship or because of having children or because of being too tall or too short or too whatever. Like, no, you don't. Anybody who doesn't want you for that reason is not a person you want to be with, which is such a hard shift to make in your brain. But I want everybody to think that way, which is like, you don't want to be with somebody who wouldn't want to be with you exactly as you are. You don't want to be with somebody who wants you with an asterisk. You don't want to be with somebody who wants you with like, I don't know any other, I was about to say like some sort of math term, but I don't know any math terms. That's all I have. So.
If you're a Hawaiian pizza, don't pretend to be some other pizza. Some people are just not going to vibe.
Just Canadian bacon, okay? The hint of the pineapple will still be there. Some people don't want fruit on pizza. If you are a fruity pizza, you can't pretend otherwise. They're going to notice. What are you going to do? Fake it forever? No.
And a pizza for everybody is a pizza for nobody.
Oof, that's also true. Yes, which is another thing. Gabby Dunn, who also has a podcast and is lovely, had said, why do you want to be liked by everyone? You don't even like everyone.
Can you imagine being liked by everyone and having to like everyone? Who's got time for that? Terrible idea. Sean, thank you so much for being here. This is the end of our night. Thank you for everybody for being so
patient this evening while we work through my technical difficulties. Please, if you have not yet, check out the merch. It's all available at ttfamerch.com, where we have all of our stuff. We only have like a couple of these left. I think we're out of candles. We've got a couple of these left. Check them out. Help support our show. Thank you so much. And thanks for being here. I'll stay in like the chat, but like everybody wants to turn off the feed so that they can go to bed because they are in the East Coast and it is late there. Sean, I don't even know where you are.
I'm in Montreal. I'm in the East Coast.
Oh my God. Oh, and Sean's Canadian. Good golly. Okay. Sean, I adore you. You are so wonderful, so handsome, and so helpful.
Thank you so much for having me. I mean, I couldn't have had a better Valentine's Day. Thank you for being my Valentine.
Oh, thank you.
All of you.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here and being so patient. I appreciate it.